Welcome in, everyone. If you're new here, my name is Jane. I was receiving this message, as it says here, on the 4th of December, and it's for somebody or a lot of somebody's probably, that you're a humanitarian or humanitarianism, I guess, the service to others. Your gifts and your talents will or are making a positive impact on society, and you're helping those in need. It could be like animals, humans, earth, in any capacity. I kept getting the word compassion, and that whatever it is that you're doing, it's helping to bring justice, and it's helping to balance the scales. It's also bringing unity, and everything is unfolding as it should. I kept getting the word underdog. I'm not really sure. I'm assuming that you stick up for the underdog. Um, Also, I kept hearing the word patience over and over. And today, I just kept seeing eagles, a white wolf, a gray wolf, and a combination of both. I was really, the number seven's been very strong. And I believe this has something to do with strengthening your psychic abilities. And also, I was getting the number 72. So it seems like there's a lot of shadow going on here. All right, so I'm just going to move this aside and start. Oh, yeah. And my question, so what my question has been is what will be unfolding next? And so that's what this reading is going to be about. So I want to find out what's going to be unfolding next. They want me to pull out one of these cards here and set it aside and read whatever is in the book. It's a new deck, so I don't know what these cards are. So we're just going to start with this one here. Retreat. Okay, so we're just going to set that over here, and we're just going to keep moving on. So I want to know what's going to be unfolding. All right, Spirit, where do you want to begin? You want me to bring out an animal card as well? Hummingbird, miracles. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars in your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. Wow, Spirit. Okay, so I'm going to set this here. Is there another one? Dragons on the bottom. Supernatural. You are an ancient, wise sage. You can shape shift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Okay. I kept getting these dolphins too. Every time I shuffled this deck, the dolphin kept coming out. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow. Is there another one of these? Okay. I'm going to leave the dragon on the bottom. Okay. So clarifying life situations next, I guess. Okay, let's see here. So what is going to be unfolding here? I do not know what this means, but green calcite. Oh, look at this. Unwavering faith. Stand firm in your beliefs. Your steadfast spirit guides you through uncertainty. Holy moly. See what's real. Observe with clarity. True insight lies beyond the surface. Getting advice. Seek guidance from an open heart, ready to learn and grow from the wisdom offered by others. And it says here, float cloud of unknowing. Float on the clouds of the unknown. Surrender to the mystery. and embrace the sacred within. Okay. Hummingbirds too. It's funny too. There's a story, where I was seeing the eagles, and I was just thinking about, like, oh, there's three hummingbirds, so three could be a significant number, and then you have 24, which also breaks down to a six. So I was thinking about the eagle and how a hummingbird, though it's the tiniest bird, I think, on the earth, maybe there's another, I don't know, but they are so territorial and so um, instinctively ferocious that even though they're so small, they can actually fight off an eagle because they can outfly an eagle. Embrace potential, explore an abundance of opportunities with an open mind. Answers reveal limitless horizons for your journey. Okay, whoa. Okay, yeah. Pathfinder. Trust your inner compass to illuminate your path through love and career, revealing the direction your soul wishes to explore. And that's what wolves are all about. Wolves are all about trusting their instincts. Look at that, the scales of balance. And I was just talking about how like, whatever you look, peaks reached, and then they have the mountain out here. Okay, so the wolves, like the white wolf, is it's about spiritual connection, and that um, you're being asked to embrace that. And the gray wolf is, well, both wolves actually are about trusting that gut instinct. But the gray wolf, what did that represent again? I can't remember. Oh, about believing in yourself and about believing in bringing balance. I think that's about bringing balance too. Yeah, you're doing a duality dance. Seek balance amid the chaos and find harmony within yourself. And if you're actually somebody that is like working with people that are in need and or animals, there's always a time that you're going to need to um, recharge and fill yourself, because that must be like a very soul demanding type of work. Turn the page, embrace new chapters with curiosity. Openness paves the path to wisdom. The labyrinth of choices. Chart your course through the perplexing labyrinth of choices, embracing each turn as part of your complex journey. And then you have Pathfinder right there. Okay. Make a change, embrace growth, seek new paths, and welcome transformations with an open heart. So I think that you have to do what your heart is asking of you, because okay, I just need a moment here to I think you perform miracles for people, and like, you probably don't consider yourself doing that. You probably don't consider yourself how much you can bring joy to another. But if you're doing this type of work of humanitarian, being a humanitarian and looking out for the underdog, then I get this really weird pain in my forehead just as I was saying that, in my left temple. So you could be suffering from headaches. They could be stress induced type headaches. because I did not have anything going on. Yeah, look, and then it has nourish on the bottom. I think that you might need to nourish. Oh my God, look right underneath. It's divine. Okay. Okay. See what's real. And then you have divine right on that. Getting advice. Look, and it has doorways. So doorways are going to start opening up for you. You're going to get some advice and it's going to open up some doorways here. Oh my goodness, look at that. Embrace potential and you have space. You know, and that's Saturn too. And I don't remember what Saturn represents. You might have to take a moment and see what Saturn represents. Because I notice it's been coming out a lot. Sage. Look, and you know what was that card that I read that you're a sage? Oh my goodness, the dragon card. This dragon card. You are an ancient wise sage. And then it came out with sage on top of Pathfinder. Wow, I think you're going to be taking a whole new the scales of balance is secret. Wow. Solution comes out on peaks reached. So you must be looking for some kind of solution. I don't know if you can see all these cards. Oh my goodness. And then you have duality dance, seek balance amid the chaos and find harmony within yourself. And it has soul seeds. And again, number 3. There's 3 seeds here. Let me move this down a little. Hope that you can see everything. I want to be able to see all these words here because I'm going through like a big, oh my goodness, turn the page, embrace new chapters with curiosity, openness paves the path to wisdom, and source is right underneath it. This is about the creator, oh my Lord Spirit, and true labyrinth of choices. Chart your course through the perplexing labyrinth of choices, embracing each turn as part of your complex journey. And it comes out with true and then spirited on the bottom. I got to look that up because I'm not sure what they mean by spirited here. What I think it could be, I'm not sure. I'm going through a big um, I don't know, metamorphosis, I guess I'm going to say, because spirited, active, energetic, fiery, or fairy. Okay. Okay. Spirited. Wow. You know, I just realized, like, you see this the same shape here of I'm going to say crescent moon, maybe, and you have the exact same one here. You know, I've seen spirals too before I started this reading. Um, I'm just going to put this one here with this dragon. Okay. So if you can shapeshift at will, I'm going to assume that you are somebody that can turn and pivot very quickly and adapt very um, fast. You know what I mean? Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. There's this one about the peaks, this mountain here, because it's saying here mountain of mystery, but that's upside down. So you've reached a lot of peaks, but you haven't mastered your destiny. Hmm. And where it's talking about rise with dignity. Oh, look at that in itself on the bottom. Um, with the eagle, like the eagle gives that higher perspective. It gives like they can rise. I think they can fly as higher than any other bird. So I think that you could be somebody that is really able to master your true calling. Like sorry, hold on. It's funny, something's interfering with my throat chakra here. Okay, that tells me I'm on cue with what's going on because the only time I have something like that going on. So I don't know what type of work that you're doing, or it's the time of year you could be volunteering to do anything, but clearly you're bringing positivity to the world. Oh my God, and tears, great potential, sorrow, and look, and it's even Turkey because it is December too, right? Great personal sorrow. You know, there's like types of people that even though they're suffering in their own sorrow, they're still able to be a joy bringer. They're still able to have like a positivity and spread their love. Someone is behaving stupidly. All right, spirit, what do you want here for the divine? See what's real, observe with clarity, true insights lies beyond the surface. November. This could have been something that November could have been a moment of looking the bird flying on the bottom. News is on the way, and this is with this the doorways here. Oh, God, spirit. News is on the way. Getting advice. Seek guidance with an open heart, ready to learn and grow from wisdom offered by others. All right, so what do you want here for space? Oops. Grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. Situations in the balance. Explore an abundance of opportunities with an open mind. Answers reveal limitless horizons for your journey. Okay, situations in the balance that requires, they're bringing up balance quite a bit too, because they even brought out, when I was flipping through, I was shuffling the tarot deck, and they brought out the Six of Pentacles, which is about giving and receiving, and it's about balancing the scales, right? Okay, so Sage, what do you want for Sage? Whoa. Dog barking, advice from a friend. Trust your inner compass. You could have somebody like barking in your ear. So they're advising, look, and there's a labyrinth right there. See that labyrinth? The dog barking? Oh, caterpillar. And I was just saying that I was going through a metamorphosis myself. And the scales of balance is here. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. So you must, I think, because they're talking about the what you're doing is bringing balance. Maybe you think that what you're doing is not enough, that there's not enough help or hope for others. But things will not always be this way because there is change coming and it's a secret. Oh my God. Okay, so what's for solution here by the end of August? In a bridge, soul seeds, duality dance, successfully overcoming a problem. Joke, soul seeds. And that's 3-2. You know what? They actually had me bring out the Starseed deck too, so not surprised that popped out. So we have Source on the bottom, turn the page, embrace new chapters with curiosity, openness paves the path to wisdom. And on the bottom of this is Broom, new home, new attitude. I think something's going to be coming with this new solstice because they were bringing that up before I started this reading, which is December 21st. Great worry over nothing. That was in reverse though. You're doing a lot of worrying. You might be doing a lot of worrying in prayer, but they're saying here, turn the page because embrace a new chapter. Openness paves the way to wisdom. Okay, what do you want here with the truth and the labyrinth? Yeah, you have the labyrinth right there, the labyrinth underneath. Somebody's barking in your ear. So with the wolves, and it's funny because they're bringing in the canine here. So this could be like advice from a friend, but I don't know if that should be trusted. Because they kept bringing up the wolves to me, so it's showing me the wolf. You need to go by your own instinct. All right, so what do you want for truth here, Spirit? Whoa, here we go. Ant. Oh my gosh, because they showed me the ants too. Work, achievement, success. The labyrinth of choices. So whatever choice that you decide, chart your course through the perplexing labyrinth of choices, embracing each turn as part of your complex journey. So whatever it is that you're going to do, you know what? Because an ant, okay, we're all a part of the universe, right? So we're all one, but we're all individuals. So each ant, even though it's very small, like the hummingbird here, small things can create the biggest of miracles. Oh my God, look, and scales is on the bottom of this deck. Keep your life in balance. And I was saying that too, because when you're giving out a lot of, when you're giving a lot, you have to be able to receive. And that's crazy, but all this balance, though, the scales of balance. Look, and then December's right underneath it. And we are at that time of year. And it could be why so many people are, with the humanitarians, right? An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Yeah. I think it's this friend that's trying to give you some kind of advice. I don't know if you should be listening. Go with whatever. I mean, you can listen, but go with what your gut instinct is telling you. But something, this is the month of December. It's this time of year. Though this reading could be for any time of year, but the main thing is what they're trying to say here is that you probably do the majority of your volunteering or passing joy, bringing miracles, positivity, and love with the energy that soars on your shining wings. And then, of course, they have the dragon here. And they also have, they were showing me that the eagles. And then fairies, they have wings too. Okay. Wow. All right. So they want me to bring out one of these, and then I'm going to read this card here. So we have reflection, wisdom. Let's see. This is the starseed cards. Let's see what we want here. Advancement. A strong energy is propelling you forward. Follow the stirrings of your heart. You know, that's something they've been bringing up a lot too about, because it says right here, was it this one? Oh, this one, yeah, the scales of balance is the inner scale to weigh decisions with both heart and mind. Okay, another card here. Transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to shine, to truly shine. Maybe for somebody that doesn't really believe in, because if you're working with animals and like the earth, or helping the underdog, basically, because the underdog is also the earth. The earth has been abused a lot. You know, the trees, the water, the land, the mountains, you know, all of it. Um, you know, you might have a hard time believing in God. You might have a hard time believing that the world could be a better place for all. So, because the cards are bringing out a lot about, you know, trusting yourself, finding your path, trust your inner compass, illuminate your path through love, and, you know, like the joy and the positivity, but yet you still have these teardrops of great personal sorrow, right? So we have vibration, oh my goodness, and patience right underneath that, because they were telling me about us being patient. Vibration, your vibration is being raised to higher levels. You are connected to cosmic intelligence, and then you have space right here, and embrace your potential. And then right underneath it has, so this comes right out on space, which is like universe, and source, which is God. And then you have patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. And that was my question. And blue star, follow the light of your inner compass. The blue star, it will lead you to the truth that resides within your soul. See, and this is what I'm saying. Like, that was my question. Or to begin this is what I wanted to find out. What will be unfolding next? So be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. You know, brought up about your destiny here too with this labyrinth. I'm getting that pain in my forehead again, in my left temple again. And it's like a pulsating. Okay. We're going to read this retreat card here. So I think this is where you just need to relax. You need to like find a place where you can decompress from like seeing all the heartache, dealing with all the heartache. I mean, if you're a humanitarian or you help with animals, like, or the earth, you would see the worst of the worst. You know what I mean? Number 24. Geez, I just opened this book. 24. No. Okay, mountain green calcite. Okay, you have attracted this card in your awareness today, as it is now time to retreat. In the fast-paced world in which we live, it's easy to find yourself burned out and experiencing mountains of stress, which can cause overload, exhaustion, anxiety, and depression. It is extremely important not to get caught up in the intensity of it all and to take a step back and retreat. When you can give yourself the time to stop, breathe, and be still, the opportunity will arise to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit on a deep level. Joke, spirit. You are burning the candle at both ends. Is the stress piling up in your life and making you feel overwhelmed? Are you burned out and exhausted? Have you been wanting to go on that long awaited holiday but never have the time? Whatever your circumstances, this card is highlighting how important it is for you to retreat. It's time to fill your cup up again. And these are bold, but um, recharge your batteries and create some sacred time for you to ground and center yourself. Do whatever is required to allow yourself to feel vibrant and alive, allowing the life force energy to flow freely through and once again, and leaving you inspired and motivated to take on the world. Like a mountain, it's time to be in the stillness and receive the nurturing medicine of your soul in this time of rest. And look, and the nourish is right there. Stand firm in your beliefs. Your steadfast spirit guides you through uncertainty. And then it has advancement. Wow. Okay, so it's a medicine mountain. So there are hundreds of mountains on earth, and each has its own energy of spirit. They are the keepers of the land and hold within them the memories of ancient times. When you take the time to be still and you can feel their presence. The energy of the mountain is strong and sacred and can feed the soul when you allow yourself to be still enough to receive their medicine. Mountains have always been regarded as sacred beings and looked at as a symbol of the heavens, so they are close to the God source. Some Peruvian cultures believe that mountains once walked on the earth, and when you look closely at them, you can see faces in the rocks. Mountains certainly have a presence about them, and there is no doubt they emit a strong energy. It's time for you to be your own mountain, to be still and reconnect. Wow. Okay, that's all I have. But this is really powerful. Like I said, if you're working with animals, if you're working with you could be working with land animals, air animals, ocean animals. It doesn't matter. You could be working with humans. You could be working with, like the trees, everything. It doesn't matter what you're working with. Clearly you're a humanitarian is what they're saying, and that encompasses, um, and I have to say, my calendar even has a wolf on it, mountains and trees. I now accept limitless abundance from a limitless universe. So, really taking that time for yourself, it's really important. So, with that, I'm going to close the reading. So, I hope this video finds you well. I hope that you're able to, nourish yourself and give yourself this retreat like Spirit is asking for you. And I know it's a tough time of year for many people because it is the month of December. And, so you see a lot of pain, a lot of suffering this time of year. And I'm going to send you all my love and light. And I just want you to know that you're bringing miracles to people that otherwise would not have them. So, with that, all my blessings, and have a good day. So, bye, everyone.